and those Afghans seized the opportunities offered. Universities across the country, particularly in Herat and Kabul, were oversubscribed. According to UNESCO, over 100,000 girls were in some form of education across the country at the start of 2021, compared to just 5,000 when the coalition removed the Taliban from power in 2001. The Taliban movement had come to power in the mid-90s, bringing a severe and unforgiving form of Islam rarely seen anywhere else in the world. Most people believe that Afghanistan has always been a strict Islamic country. Nothing could be further from the truth. Marnie, once a good friend until charity politics intervened, went to university in Kabul as a young American girl. She showed me a photo once of her riding her bike to university during the mid-70s. The striking feature of that grainy black and white photo is that Marnie is wearing a miniskirt. No women were wearing any form of headscarf in the other photos she showed me. Nawzad had immediately looked to employ the first ever female Afghan veterinarians. We worked extremely hard to promote young women's rights by ensuring our staff was over 25% female. They seamlessly joined our determined team promoting animal welfare in a country slowly rebuilding itself. I was proud to be just a small part of that. I was happy. And then August 2021 happened. The chaotic withdrawal of Western forces from Afghanistan. I found myself needing to evacuate my Afghan staff and the animals we cared for. This book describes those events as they occurred, and is fact. I was there. I lived it, breathed it, escaped it. Everything you're about to hear happened exactly as I've described it. I'm extremely keen not to be sued. That's quite the incentive to be accurate. Everything in this book comes from the memory of myself and other eyewitnesses, backed up by the photographs I took as things happened, which are clearly dated and time-stamped with the location. More details come from the various WhatsApp groups that we use to plan and eventually implement Operation Ark. I am not going to focus too much on the political happenings at the time. So if you're hoping on some revealing gossip about Boris Johnson, his wife Kerry, Ben Wallace, or even Peter Quentin, well, there is none. I never had any to begin with. I'm also not going to focus on dogs either. They were part of the plan, but never the plan. Members of Parliament, journalists, social media commentators, and even a civil servant from a select committee hearing had no idea what was really happening or had happened to me on the ground during those 2 weeks of August 2021. Yet they made statements of fact. Why they did it, I don't know. I just know that no one took 2 minutes to ponder what their fact would do to me. That fact would then become the new truth. But it was a lie of offensive and damaging proportions. Let's put it straight. It was never, ever pets over people. That tagline was just awful. Yet that was the stick they used to beat me with, and the ethos of Operation Ark. Pets over people. Even the choice of the word pets was designed entirely to belittle and discredit the 15 years of tireless work that we had put into building Nawzad as an animal welfare charity in Afghanistan. 15 years of saving human lives through our rabies prevention work, for which we have won awards. Don't get me wrong, I love dogs. Of course I do. Often you'll find me in my local pub sporting my favourite t-shirt, an eye-wincing bright yellow affair with a screen print that reads, "I love dogs and beer and maybe 3 people." And guess what? My t-shirt is not lying, especially the 3 people part. I would say in my defence that those people I do care for, I am wholly and completely committed to. In fact, I risked my life for them. In August of 2021, during the chaos of the sudden evacuation of Westerners and their Afghan allies from Kabul, I had the opportunity to make a difference for the people I was responsible for and cared for. Or I could have just abandoned them. I could have made a solo...